it's Tiffany. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be watching episode 5 of 4 Minutes. I don't know why, it just took me a minute here, but I'm excited. Some interesting news since the last time we watched 4 Minutes, but 4 Minutes came out on iQIYI, all 5 episodes, the sluttier version, and then the cut version, and also on Gagagulala, which I'm really thankful for, so I don't have to pay for another subscription and nor VPN anymore. Because, like, bro, I was racking up some bills last month, because, like, damn. But now I'm happy that they're both on it, and international fans can enjoy it, because obviously we're jumping little hoops to watch it before, and I'm glad they figured it out. And then this seems like a trend. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna complain a little bit, because I feel like as BL expand the past few years, we've been pretty, like, good with, like, getting access as international fans compared to when I started watching BL, like, when I was in, like, middle school and high school. We barely had no subs, barely got anything. Like, it's been improving. And then, but recently, I think as it got more popular and people start to profit off of BL, there's also people like JMTV who lock their stuff into certain groups. Like, for this one, I hated it, because, like, you couldn't watch it internationally. Like, you knew these actors were famous. Jess is a very well-known actor. You have a bunch of actors who have been in the industry for a while, but we have Bible also, who hasn't been in the industry for a while, but was very popular in his last work. So, like, why did you choose to lock it up? Like, it's a View original, but so was The Rebound, and The Rebound wasn't the greatest BL out there, but even though it was an original, they were able to put it on Goggle at the same time as his airing. So just, like, you know, companies, I'm not saying that you're required to give it out for international fans, but if you know and you want to profit, I would suggest you get your shit together before the series airs. I'm sorry, but, like, 5 episodes down, now people are binging all 5 episodes, and it's bringing back to the discussion that I've viewed from, like, in the Hollywood especially, where, like, do you, like for Disney Channel, for example, and Disney Plus, is like, do you drop all the whole series all at once, or do you release it weekly? And there's a huge difference between, like, the engagement to that, so it's, like, something that I'm very interested in. So, like, I'm seeing more of this trend where you're putting it on one platform, but then, like, 5 or 6 episodes later, you put it on a new platform, and you're forcing the viewers to binge the first 5 episodes. Like, there's people who, like, wait till the whole series and then they binge at the end. Like, I do that sometimes, some series. But then there's viewers like me who want certain shows that are, like, you know, once a week, because I don't have time to watch all 5 episodes in a sitting to catch up to everybody else and talk to everybody else, because it's now available for me. So it's just, like, something that, like, kind of, like, one is really interesting to me, because, like, the whole idea of, like, how much you want to make profit, and then different, like, engagement and viewings of certain people, but at the same time, it's like, you want things done correctly, or do you want to waste people's time? So yeah. But okay, rant over. But I'm excited to see episode 5. We got a big cliffhanger at the end last week, where we were found out that Dome is Tonka's younger brother, which, I don't know, I was under the impression that he was his older brother. I don't know, I felt like he was, like, missing, like an older sibling kind of vibe. I don't know. And in my mind, because obviously Flies is a younger actor. He I think he's 18, so, like, but his character is 27, so, like, for my perspective, I still, like, pictured him having a younger brother, an older brother, to balance, I don't know, his character and the actor's age. So, like, there's that. So I was like, oh, okay, but he has a younger brother, and it's Dome, and he died. And that leads to thoughts and theories I made at the end of last episode's reaction. I put out my little what's it called, timeline, and so far nothing really changed. I didn't have much time to rewatch the episode, because I did leave the country last week to go on vacation, so I just got back, so, like, I haven't got much. That's why you're watching this reaction so late. But you guys can't really see it, but this is the time when I thought about, like, having a time, like, two universes, and kind of, like, blending in. I was actually thinking about this on my drive, actually, to Canada, but before the episode aired, I wrote down stuff on my notes. I was, like, thinking about it when I was about to fall asleep, and I was like, oh, thoughts are coming to my mind, and I wrote down some things. I don't know, can you guys see this? Pause to read it all, but I'm gonna explain a little bit more. Like, I don't want to spend too long time on this, but a lot of people are talking about how, like, this might be because of the 4 minutes an idea like it takes 4 minutes for your brain to become brain dead without oxygen, and the countdown, the timing, the 11, 11:01, 11:02, 11:03 is very like the difference. Obviously, it's not a second; it's very long. It seems like a day and a half. It's very, and people are like, yeah, he has 4 minutes of life left, and we're going through those things, and each second is so slow because we're kind of like witnessing a bunch of things, and once it hits like 11:04, I guess, that's when he's gonna either die or wake up. And I think I still believe my theory is somewhat relevant based on like Tongkla and Win and not really interacting with the other characters around Great except for Korn. But at the same time, things like there's that future event where Great gets is dying and Time got shot, and I feel like in that specific time, that's when everything kind of explodes into the idea of multiversing, because in that time he has 4 minutes left in that timeline to kind of fix his wrong, and like he's experiencing all of these things, and which is what we see in Universe 2. And those 4 minutes that he sees in the vision in Universe 2 are things that he has experienced already in Vision 1, which led to his kind of death. He's not dead yet, but he is he's in that like about to die, almost brain dead kind of situation here, and we have this other lady is because she's already experienced that. She's kind of, she's not a guide, but she's an example for us as viewers to catch on some things. I'm excited to see this. I've avoided everything. I've muted every single thing related to 4 minutes on Twitter, so I'm like no idea what's gonna happen. So without further ado, let's watch episode 5.
เลือกที่ดีๆนะ
นั่นเนี่ยขนาดเลือกได้มั่วๆนะเนี่ยสวยดีอะอยากอยู่ที่นี่ไปตลอดเลยนะแต่คงไม่ได้อะ
มันก็อยู่ที่นี่ตรงนี้ด้วยกันก่อน
Hit romance, guys. We're starting romance. Oh. What's this scene? Whoever's doing lighting here, I applaud. I feel like it's like hit them perfectly. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. When I was like starting, I was like, oh, after I said this, but like my theory now is that Universe 2 lives within that 4 minutes of no oxygen. But it's still a different universe because Tom Class seems like he has powers too. And then that's like confusing.
ตอนนี้อาจจะเล่นดนตรีอยู่ก็ได้พี่ก็ไม่รู้เหมือนกันว่า
abilities
นอกจากจะไม่รวยแล้วยังไม่มีความสุขอีก
ผมอยากจะรู้ว่าทำไมพี่ถึงปักใจเชื่อว่าเป็นฝีมือพ่อแม่ผมจนถึงกับต้องวางแผนแก้แค้น
Oh, now you ask questions? Not last week when he was like attacking your brother? I'm so pissed off about that. You guys didn't hear my 10-minute rant that I deleted off that video because I was like pissed off and I was like, maybe I should not release that.
พวกนั้นได้เงินพ่อแม่พี่ไป พ่อของเกรซก็ส่งคนมาคุกคามพ่อแม่พี่
Oof. Damn Bible, always got the daddy issues.
สุดท้ายพ่อแม่พี่ถูกยิงตาย
ไม่อยากเชื่อว่าพ่อแม่ผมจะทำอะไรแบบนั้น
ก็เพราะไม่มีใครเชื่อนี่แหละ พี่เลยต้องพยายามหาหลักฐานด้วยตัวเอง
I'm sorry, it's so backwards. I'm still mad that this is so backwards. Like, I give him the benefit of the doubt that he has some connections with, what's Jess's character's name? Time? Yeah, with Time. But, like, for him to betray his brother and get, like, information to go help him and steal this thing, even without asking, like, if there's any involvement or is he just wrong, he's like, I'll get her back. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, if if this scene happened first, like, when they're asking, like, why are you so certain that my parents are, and here's all of this, and then he goes steals and make drinks with his brother and stuff like that, I feel like that would be more understanding. Like, really? Like, even if he had two experiences, it's like,
พี่กับแนนเป็นอะไรกัน
ooh, are you concerned about that?
พี่เจอแนนที่โรงพยาบาล
Ooh. Smuggling drugs. She's a mule.
พี่บีครับ ทางนี้เดี๋ยวครับ
ค่ะหมอทาม
รบกวนเชิญญาติคนไข้ออกไปข้างนอกหน่อยครับ ผมจะตรวจภายในคนไข้ คนพวกนั้นทำอะไรคุณบ้างคุณบอกผมได้นะครับ
อะไรนะคะ
ผมเห็นเสื้อที่ผู้ชายคนนั้นใส่ ถ้าคุณไม่อยากทนอยู่ที่นั่นแล้ว ติดต่อกลับมาหาผม พี่ถูกเรียกให้ไปดูเคสแนนเพราะว่าสงสัยว่าเป็นไส้ติ่งอักเสบ แต่ความจริงแนนท้องนอกมดลูก
มนแนนทำไมออกจากโรงพยาบาลแล้วล่ะเพิ่งไปผ่าตัดมาไม่ใช่เหรอ หมอบอกว่าหายแล้ว สมานก็เลยเร่งให้หมอสั่งให้ฉันกลับ โอ้เขาก็น่าจะให้เธออยู่ต่ออีกสัก2-3 วันนะ สภาพอย่างนี้จะทำงานยังไง ไม่เป็นไร ฉันพอไหว สรุปแล้วเธอเป็นไส้ติ่งอักเสบใช่ไหม มันทำฉันท้องน้องมันลูกฉันไม่อยากอยู่ที่นี่แล้วมนฉันรู้สึกมันตกนรกเลยฉันไม่น่าพาเธอมาทำงานที่นี่เลยอย่าโทษตัวเองแนน
Is mom the person that died then? I don't know if it's like, I think they said who it was, but I don't remember.
เราก็ไม่มีเงินส่งให้ที่บ้าน
แล้วพี่จะทำยังไงต่อ
พี่จะเอาข้อมูลที่ได้มาจากแนน เอาไปแชร์ทุกโซเชียล แล้วก็ส่งให้สื่อตีข่าวต่อ
พี่ไม่ทำแบบนั้นได้ไหม
แล้วเกรซจะให้พี่ทำยังไง
ขอเวลาผมคิดก่อนดิ
พี่ให้เวลาเกรซได้นะ ถ้าเกรซพูดกับพี่มาชัดๆ ว่าจะบอกให้พ่อแม่ไปสารภาพทุกอย่าง แล้วไปรับผิดชอบในคุก เห็นไหม
He can't. He doesn't have the
ต้อง
power to
พ่
do
อแม่
that.
ตัวเองอยู่แล้วนี่
แล้วใครจะไปทำได้วะ มันพ่อแม่ผมนะเว้ย
ถ้าทำไม่ได้ ก็ไม่ต้องมาขอเวลาพี่ คนที่มันกินอยู่สบายบนความตายคนอื่นมันจะไปเข้าใจเลยวะ
แล้วถ้าคนที่ตายคนนึงเป็นพี่ล่ะ พี่แกเห็นอยู่ไม่ใช่เหรอว่าพ่อผมแม่งทำอะไรได้บ้าง
ก็ลองดูดิ
Ooh, first argument.
ลองเลย พี่ไม่ได้มีอะไรจะเสียอยู่แล้ว
แล้วยายพี่ล่ะ
Not him using the grandma. But it's true, like, if you die.
เป็นห่วงพี่ กับยายพี่ ขอร้อง ให้เวลาผมหน่อยนะ
เกรซจะไปไหนต่อ
กลับไปเอาของที่ห้อง แล้วก็ออกไปหาโรงแรมอยู่ ขอผมตั้งหลักสักวัน2 วัน
ยังไงก็ระวังตัวด้วยแล้วกัน
พี่ก็เหมือนกัน
Goodbye, kiss. Aww. They care about each other. That's the cute part. But they're in a shitty situation.
ถ้าเกรซไม่หยุด พี่เอาเรื่องนี้ไปบอกพ่อ
Starting war. You can already clearly tell the two
ว่าจะเกิดอะไร
sides.
ขึ้นบ้าง
พี่คงไม่ทำร้ายน้องหรอกใช่ไหม
เกรซเกรซ
Bro. You just lost him. You lost him.
โหสมแล้วครับ ที่พี่พากรบอกว่าหมูต้มเค็มบ้านเนี้ยอร่อยที่สุดใน3 โลกครับ
What the hell? How does he? How the hell? How do they know it's him? Unless that guy remembered.
มึงมาได้ไง
เวลาผ่านไปเร็วเหมือนกันนะ อาเจอไทม์ล่าสุดตอนนั้นน่ะไทม์ยังเป็นเด็กตัวน้อยอยู่เลย มานั่งคุยกันก่อน ทำเป็นคนเก่งนะ อุตส่าห์เรียนจบหมอกำลังจะเป็นศัลยแพทย์ แต่รู้ตัวหรือเปล่า ว่าตอนนี้ไทม์ทำเรื่องที่ไม่ค่อยฉลาดเท่าไหร่ เอางี้ อยากได้เท่าไหร่ บอกตัวเลขมา
Oh.
ผมไม่ได้ต้องการเงิน
I don't know. You killed his parents. I don't think any money is gonna help him recover from that.
5 ล้าน แล้วก็ไม่ต้องเข้ามายุ่งวุ่นวายกับ
โอ้
เกรซแล้วก็บริษัทของอา
I gotta add the joke because, like, oh my god, he's playing the classic mother role. It's like, get away from my son. I'll give you money. Slaps a check on the table. No, stop. No, it's so funny. But like, at the same time, it's like, it's because he doesn't want his son to, and him to be close so they will like try to expose the family business and everything. But at the same time, it's like, the way you worded it, it's like, stay away from my son. Like, all those dramas. All those... Oh, it's like in cash, because
รับไปสิ
money laundering, I guess. Not I guess. I'm solid.
แนนคุณยังเก็บข้อมูลที่ผมให้คุณไปหาไว้อยู่ใช่ไหม
มีค่ะ หนูอัปโหลดทุกอย่างสำรองเอาไว้
ผมอยากให้คุณลบไฟล์ทุกอย่างทิ้งไปให้หมด ต่อจากนี้ขออยู่เฉยๆ ไม่ต้องทำอะไรทั้งนั้น
ทำไมล่ะ
ทำตามที่ผมบอกก็พอ
แต่ว่าหมอเคยให้สัญญาว่าจะทำลายคนพวกนั้นให้ได้ไม่ใช่เหรอ หนูไม่มีอะไรจะเสียแล้วนะ หนูอยากเห็นคนพวกนั้นเข้าคุก
พ่อเหอะแนน ถือว่าผมขอ
พวกนั้นไม่จ่ายเงินปิดปากหมอใช่ไหม หมอแม่งเห็นกับตัวว่ะ
He got paid off, but I don't think Great's gonna, settle.
หนูขอยืมโทรศัพท์มือถือได้ไหมคะ พอดีว่าโทรศัพท์ของหนูโดนยึดนะคะ ตอนนี้หนูอยากติดต่อญาตินะคะ สวัสดีค่ะ
Ooh.
หนูชื่อแนน
She's gonna expose
หนู
them
ได้มา
herself.
แชร์เกี่ยวกับบริษัทขนส่งที่ชื่อว่าศิวัตคาร์โก้เซอร์วิสค่ะ หนูมีหลักฐานที่บริษัทนี้ทำธุรกิจพนันออนไลน์ผิดกฎหมาย แล้วหนูก็ถูกทำร้ายร่างกายจากคนในนั้นด้วยค่ะ
Ooh.
พ่อทำอะไรกับพี่ไทม์
เกรซลูกหายไปไหนมา
พ่อตอบผมก่อนดิ
งั้นแกก็ตอบมาก่อน ว่าแกไปร่วมมือกับมันทำไม
ก็พ่อรู้ไงว่าพ่อกับแม่ทำอะไรไว้บ้าง ตอบผมได้ยังว่าพี่ไทม์อยู่ไหน
เกรซยังไม่รู้ตัวเองเหรอว่าเกรซกำลังโดนมันหลอกใช้
หลอกใช้ พ่อไม่รู้อะไรเลย
เกรซออกไปคุยกับแม่ข้างนอกก่อน
ถ้าพ่อฆ่าคนทำชีวิตคนอื่นเขาพังอ่ะ พ่อก็ต้องรับผิดชอบอยู่วะ
แกจะให้พ่อรับผิดชอบยังไง ที่กูทำเนี่ย ก็เพื่อให้บริษัทอยู่รอด เพื่อให้มึงได้อยู่สุขสบายไงทำไมไม่สำนึกบุญคุณของกู
นึกเหรอไอ้สำนึกในความชั่วของพ่อเหรอ
Ooh, acting.
ผมจะไม่กลับมาเหยียบที่นี่อีก
เกรซกลับไปขึ้นไปขอโทษพ่อเดี๋ยวนี้เลยนะ
แม่ก็เอาแต่สั่งอ่ะ แต่แม่ไม่เคยถามผมเลยว่าผมอยากทำไหม
แม่ไม่ได้สั่ง แม่แค่บอกในสิ่งที่เกรซควรทำ แม่แค่บอกในสิ่งที่เกรซทำได้ดีที่สุด
ดีที่สุดกับใครอ่ะ กับแม่เหรอ กับพ่อ กับบริษัท กับหน้าตาของครอบครัวแล้วกับผมอ่ะ
แต่สุดท้ายแล้วมันก็จะดีที่สุดสำหรับตัวลูกอยู่ดีไงล่ะ ทำไมลูกไม่มองตรงนี้บ้าง เอาแต่โกรธ เอาแต่ไม่พอใจ แล้วก็ทำตัวห่างเหินกับแม่ กว่าแม่จะมาอยู่จนถึงจุดนี้ได้แม่ก็ต้องสู้เหมือนกันนะ ถ้าแม่ไม่สู้ เกรซกับแม่ ก็จะต้องอยู่กันแบบหลบๆซ่อนๆซึ่งบ้านหลังเล็กของพ่อ เกรซจะกลายเป็นลูกเมียน้อย แม่ทำถึงขนาดนี้แล้วอะ
He did ask me more. You chose to sleep with somebody who's married, and you chose to be a mistress. I'm just saying, Great didn't ask for any of this.
ขอโทษพ่อไปลูกไปขึ้นไปขอโทษพ่อ เกรซ
All I see is the mother being a gold digger.
เกรซอย่าทำอย่างนี้ลูก อย่าเกรซ
I don't, like, you're like, oh my gosh, her sob story. I don't fucking care about her. Like, her crying and stuff like that. Like, bro, Like, I think it's hard for him because it's his mom, it's his family. But, like, as a viewer and as a person, like, the mom is breaking down because she is afraid she's gonna lose this comfortable, privileged life. Oh, shit.
เกรซกลับไปขอโทษพ่อเดี๋ยวนี้นะ
แม่ระวัง
Oh, shit. But, like, this is like meta future scene and time. No. This doesn't make sense because he sees 4 minutes in the future, but when he was in the car, he saw a head again because he saw like the guy was standing there, unless he was the guy. We're going back. I'm so wait. See, he sees the guy standing there with a gun. He sees in the future what's gonna happen. Is he evolving? Are we evolving? Are you a Pokemon? I don't know how Pokemons work. I know that they evolve, but he sees this. He uses his power to see 4 minutes in the future. I guess he's getting able to control it now. He sees 4 minutes in the future, and he comes back, and he goes back another 4 minutes. Interesting, but like, see, like he's able to like have this attack, and boom, 4 minutes again. So that means his mom died in the real universe,
แม่ระวัง
the real world. And this is a hit by that lady. It was not an eye for an eye. It was the mother, I guess.
ไม่แม่จะไม่หนีไปไหนทั้งนั้น
It's one shot. You've taken more, buddy. You've taken more in a different world. If he dies, I'm gonna fucking... I'm gonna fucking freak out. Oh! They killed the mom too? Yo. Is he gonna wake up? This timeline didn't work out. He's gonna wake up. Oh.
สมองเป็นอ
He's
วั
in
ยวะ
limbo.
ที่ต้องการออกซิเจนอย่างต่อเนื่อง นี่คือระยะเวลาที่สมองสามารถทนต่อการขาดออกซิเจนได้ เกิดอะไรขึ้นกับการรับรู้ของเราในช่วงเวลานี้
Oh no, we're gonna end this episode. Fucking
ผลการวิ
fuck
จัยณตอนนี้สรุ
fuck.
ปได้ว่าในภาวะที่หัวใจหยุดเต้น สมองยังไม่หยุดทำงานในทันที ในช่วงเวลานี้ คนไข้จะเห็นสิ่งต่างๆ แตกต่างกันไปตามประสบการณ์ในชีวิตที่ผ่านมา บางคนกลับไปใช้ชีวิตในอดีต บางคนมีพลังเหนือธรรมชาติ บางคนได้กลับไปแก้ไขสิ่งที่ผิดพลาด
Okay, so he is fixing his
บางคน
mistakes.
ได้เริ่มใหม่กับคนที่เขารัก เหตุการณ์ที่คนไข้เห็นในช่วงเวลานั้นคล้ายจริงแต่ไม่เหมือนจริงซะทีเดียว คนไข้สามารถเห็นภาพความทรงจำได้ยินเสียง หรือรู้สึกถึงความเจ็บปวดแวบผ่านเข้ามา แม้ไม่เกี่ยวข้องกับเหตุการณ์ตรงหน้า การมองเห็นอนาคตได้4 นาทีอาจเกี่ยวข้องกับความจริงบางอย่างที่วิจัยนี้ยังหาคำตอบไม่ได้ แต่ที่รู้ได้แน่ชัดคือ ในโลกความเป็นจริงสมองสามารถทนการขาดออกซิเจนได้แค่4 นาทีเท่านั้น
Oh my god, what's happening? But I'm pretty sure what happens here leads to what happened. We saw him in the hospital room getting saved. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, okay. Very interesting, and I feel like this conversation that we're gonna have is gonna be less theory making, more psychological analyzing, because there's a lot of things that I kind of want to talk about like Tong Lak as a character and how somehow he kind of managed to get into relationships or connections with other people when somebody dies, which is kind of interesting. But also talk about Corn, because it's really fascinating as I watch him more and more, and I'm realizing, I think one part of, I don't want to start right now, but very interesting. I just want to talk about the little like our theory making. So it makes sense that he is dying. So in the original world, in the real world, like what I call it, Universe 1, he is dying. He at the beginning of the series, we saw him. He was pronounced dead at 11 o'clock, and scientifically, your brain continues working; it's still firing until because it takes time for each neuron to die off. So it takes time for all of those like signals to end. So it takes 4 minutes for that. And in that 4 minutes, just like Den has kind of talked about, people experience various different things, and for Gray, it was him reliving his past and trying to fix all those mistakes, and all those 4-minute memory things is his memories that he's like kind of reliving as well, and his connections and his story, but at the same time he's trying to fix those wrongs. For me, I think there's still some, I don't know if it's hopeful wishing, there is some kind of like supernatural aspect to it. I don't know, I just feel like there is, because Tong Kla having no connection to Gray whatsoever, like actually communicating or seeing them in the same room other than his brother, it does not make sense for him to see the dead cat alive again and hear his brother who is dead in the real world again. Like, is because it wouldn't make sense for him to experience like, you know, grief that his brother died. But in Great's mind, in Great's world so far right now, Dome is still alive because he saved him. So like for him to kind of like see into the mesh of thing, there is something going on in the real world as well as Gray has experienced all that. There's something going on here where I think he's gonna wake up. Gray's gonna be able to wake up and fix all the mistakes, and like he in that 4 minutes he's gonna be able to fix all the mistakes that he's done and able to save all those people that got hurt along the way. He's gonna save his mom. He's gonna save. He already saved that lady who was trying to commit, and he's gonna save Dome. Maybe I don't know about Title. I don't really give a fuck about Title. And he's able to, so like I think that's where Tong Kla plays a role into this whole thing, because it just does not make sense for him to experience things if this is all in Great's mind. If you know what I mean. So I feel like there's still an aspect of universes colliding and bringing in the idea of the multiverse, because anything happens could affect your timeline. So there's that. I think that's the whole part I'm getting. Like, there's, for this episode, like last episode, we kind of got a lot of answers to a lot of things. This episode is adding more questions to the theories, to the thoughts. We got answers about the 4 minutes, like he's dead, and like things like connecting some of the dots, but at the same time, I think it opens up an either wider range of things that we can think about, because like what is going on, because we're kind of at a dead end. We don't know what's going to happen now, because kind of the things that has been building up to explaining the theories that we've been making, the theories like what's going on with Gray and his ability to see 4 minutes, kind of ends here, because they already told us what the answer is. So we kind of like what else, like how are we gonna end this in the next 4 episodes? 5, 6, 7, 8, no, 3 episodes. Sorry, 3 episodes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, now I'll talk to my main point about this thing, because tomorrow's orientation. Like, I think I'm excited for orientation. Tomorrow's my first day of my master's program in applied clinical psychology, and we're gonna analyze psychologically these characters. Okay, so let's talk about Corn, because I talked about him a little bit this episode already, but just realizing, like, okay, last episode I was like, does he really like him? And people bringing up the fact that Corn is not a really great person because he's kind of took advantage of Tom Kla when he was grieving for the cat that he died in, that situation. And I said, he probably doesn't like him, or like, more like, I think at the beginning of the relationship he had feelings for Tom Kla, and I feel like it still lingers here and there, but at the same time I think that his love for Tom Kla does not equate, but at the same time, I think it gets lower and lower as he gets older and older. I think he still, like, cares for him, but in the sense of I think Tom Kla has been conditioned by his parents and cares more about his parents' view on him and how the world views him than his personal. Like, he does not care for himself anymore, and that's where he lost kind of that love and connection with Tom Kla as he had originally. And I'll talk about Tom Kla and his, like, being manipulated kind of aspect as well in the future later on. But Corn, all he does is to try to please his dad. Even like Great and Corn are, I think, at the beginning in the same position, was unaware about all the illegal things that the family has done. But because Corn was raised in a setting and an idea that he will be the next kind of heir to the company. He's the next CEO. He's the next in charge. And his dad has condition, like, you have to do this and do this. Like, you can tell, like, the relationship is very professional between him and his dad. And I think that has to play a big role, is messing up his, like, they don't feel that fatherly love. So he's conditioned to, like, I need to do this, and he has a lot of eyes on him. So his dad's like, you had to do this right, you had to do this right. And it's causing him to kind of, like, push back all the bad things, like all the illegal things and all these ethical things, because he needs to please his dad. He needs to do the right thing to make his dad happy. He needs to make all the shareholder happy, because that is what he needs to do as a son. He needs to do to have all this privilege that he has right now. And I think that's a big part. He's been conditioned to have these thoughts where he has lost his emotions. He has lost his ethics, and he has lost all of these things because his dad has manipulated him into who he is right now, a working machine. And even the point is, like, you can tell that he was hesitant. Like, he did not want to marry her. He did not want to do that because he loves Tom Kla. How much? I can't say. We haven't really seen that. I think he cares about Tom Kla. I don't know about love, but at the end, that love does not outweigh his need to be obedient to his dad. And that is, I think, it's mental abuse that his dad's given him. And that's why he is on the bad people's side, because he's been manipulated to think that way. So that's, like, what I'm getting from him is, like, does he really want to do all of this? No, but does he have to? Because he has been raised in this mindset, and he has been groomed to this mindset of he needs to do this or he will lose everything. And he will and the biggest part is disappoint. I think the classic thing is, I don't want to disappoint my dad. And I'm going to bring us to Kim Porsche, because, like, I think it's another great example of, I don't want to disobey my dad. I don't want to disappoint them. Because Vegas was the same way. He has his own thoughts. He wants his own thing. But at the end of the day, he does not want to disappoint his dad. It's a pretty common, I think, thing in drama, and also in real life, too. So I think it's, like, is he really a really bad person? Does he doesn't care about other people? I don't think so. I think he has a heart, but the way he's, everything around him, his environment, causes him to not be able to do that. So yeah. Okay, I was not able to finish this because I had to go eat dinner, and my lips are so pale right now because I'm not putting lipstick on because I'm in a shower after this. But back to what I was saying. I think I finished pretty much what I said about Corn. I think we got Tom Kla as a character too, because I feel like I saw a few people talk about Tom Kla in a sense of, like, him kind of being manipulated by Korn when his cat died, because you know he was grieving for this cat, and then he comes into play, and then the next thing we see is them sleeping together. It's like saying "I love you so much," that kind of aspect of it, and that made me wonder, like, is this a coincidence? At the exact same time, after he loses somebody, Wayne comes into play and kind of like has a crush on him, and kind of like they sleep together. They kind of build this relationship. So it's like I'm like curious about that aspect of it. It's like, how does that come into play? Because why is it so coincidental that the cat and Dome all has some role with him in a relationship with somebody else? I think like I might be over analyzing this show a little bit, but at the same time, I was like, how does that work? How does that work? Is there a connection between that? Like, is he like a Grim Reaper? Does he like have kind of some Did I just like make my own theory right now? Because Tom Cloud, I believe that his character is a lot more important. Like, I think a lot of conversation we had last week is why do they have so much screen? Why does Tom Cloud have a lot of screen time? There's a lot of hate towards him, but I do think he's a very, very important character. And I'm thinking like the connection with him and Death, very interesting. And this is not. Will this be the first time? Because like there's this character in another series that Dr. Sam has made, and there is this like god figure that kind of like pushes the main characters in about like life and death and stuff like that. Could we have a way to do this in the sense of like Tongkla is able to sense and feel death and see death, and like he's surrounded by death? Like I would say, I think like something with this like I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just thinking about it. Just like the coincidence are really interesting because all these characters, Korn and Dome, both connect to Great. Tongkla himself does not connect to Great, but these people all have some like death relationship with him. So it's like, is that why he's able to see and hear all of these, and that's why he's affected by Great? I don't know. Back to my analysis of Tongkla. It's like his character does seem like very vulnerable when connections are made, so that could be a big impact onto like his need to get revenge and connections to Grey and stuff like that. So yeah, I was gonna bring that little thought here that I had when I was rewatching and going on Twitter last week. But yeah, I think ending this, I think there's like I said, I kind of brought it up earlier. The biggest conversation that people's been having is why does Great and Time not have enough screen time? And this whole episode was these two. I'm sorry, like I like one thing I've learned from watching Dr. Sam's like dramas is never doubt what she's trying to do. Never doubt what she's trying to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my social media. Like, now, I'll see you next time.